Hi, Ann, how are you? Get my windows all set here.
Hi, Don.
Hi, we got Richard and Edson and Ann. Okay. I got Edson's pictures in here. All right. Oh, I know where they are. Okay. All righty here. Let's get this up here. And we're going to go down and preview that window there. All right. And since you're in a different folder, so we'll get over to you and we get down through this list. And Ann, how are you? I'm not getting audio from Ann. Ann, I don't even have a mute button for you. If you can you hear me? Wave at me if you can hear me. Ann? All right, let me see if I can send her a message.
Oh, now she seems to be muted.
Yeah, but, oh, there it is. There we go.
I'm unmuted, muted.
All righty, here we go. Okay, so you're shooting China.
I'm shooting teacups.
Teacups, all right?
Yeah.
And you shot.
So I tried them on traditional fabric, and then I tried them on poster board in different colors.
Just totally changes the whole, to me, it totally changes the product.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I'm looking at the pink one here. Let's go up, and here's the pink one on the cloth, and here's the that one on the cloth. Wow, that's quite a difference in impact. Let me find out from you, which one did you like the best? Which one are you feeling comfortable about?
I like color, so I'm kind of more drawn to the color. I feel like it, I don't know, creates a little more modern, but yet maintains a little traditional feel.
Well, the cups themselves are traditional, right?
Right,
so,
right.
You know, that's going to be a selling thing. Now, here's the question. If the client, if I'm going for an older demographic, or I want to have other shots in the book, in the catalog, that are more old-time radios, you know, I've got one here that looks like an old radio, but it's a CD player thing, you know, and the teacups and other kinds of china. I'm going for that demographic. I think I might go to the cloth. But if I'm going to a new demographic, I may definitely swing towards the colorful background with the gradient to it. It's a little more modern. It's a little more hip, you know?
Yeah, I would agree. It just depends on, who you're trying to target. Yeah, and there isn't, I was playing with, okay, could I put it on tea? So I had some loose leaf tea and put that down and tried that. Because obviously you don't want tea in the cup because then you can't see the
right.
design on the inside. So I tried that, and that was scary looking. That just...
Well, not only that, but just think, what if you had 75 of these cups to photograph?
Yeah.
And you had to put down little props and, style that tea on each one?
No.
Either you're going to end up costing them more than they want to spend, or you're going to be giving time away doing all the tea. This is the approach for this thing. The other thing that I was thinking is that oh my goodness.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. My granddaughter will be moving out. They're getting a house in early November, and I hopefully will stop getting a cold every other week. Anyway, because she puts her little snotty face goes up around you, and you want to go, oh, I love her, and she goes, ah. Anyway.
Little incubator. Yep.
Yeah. If I was going to print, I think the cloth background would be would be higher up my list of choices. But if I'm web and print, I'm going with the color.
Interesting.
I'm going with the color. I like the color better anyway than the cloth background. Picking up this little bit of color right in here. Now, are you doing these color changes in Photoshop, or are you doing them in with colored paper?
The pink and the yellow are exactly what they are, but the blue was a little too blue. It needed to have a little more of the aqua color in it, so I kind of changed that one a little bit.
Did that change the color of the teacup at all?
No, it didn't, because I masked it.
Okay.
So I masked out the teacup and the saucer and did the rest of it. So.
All right, here's your lighting. Wow. Nicely done.
Yeah, I had to kind of, because of the reflectiveness, what was happening is the saucers on the right-hand side, if I put the light straight behind, it filled the bottom of the saucer up on the sides, and I didn't like the way it looked. So I was trying to emulate, like, you're having your morning breakfast and the sun's coming in. I kind of wanted to give it a little of that flavor, but when I had it directly behind, it just didn't work. So on the right-hand side of the teacup then, so I kind of moved it to the left and then kind of played with the fill so I could at least get some detail coming through, because otherwise the detail was getting blown out by the light bouncing up and filling back off the curve of up.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with your assessment there. It still has enough backlight feel that it has that friendly, morning kind of thing, especially over.
Yeah. That was the area. And then on the one you're looking at, this one in particular, I didn't notice it on the other ones, but if you notice, there's kind of a rim, or if you look at the little, I don't know, grape, it looks like grapes to me, that one with the blue dots, if you kind of go down, there's kind of like a line. That's actually from the saucer reflecting up. So there wasn't
it's this.
too much. Yeah, and it's subtle. But I couldn't really get rid of that. The other ones, it didn't make a difference, but it's just that because
one little.
The saucer comes up higher on that one, I think, is why it's doing that. Because I was blocking the light, and I figured out it was just the saucer.
Yeah, well, how would we get rid of that? Probably come in with a little piece of cardboard
Mm-hmm.
to just, maybe cut a little crescent moon of cardboard, right?
Yeah.
Put it right here, make a second shot, and then just,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep, or maybe I thought even putting white paper down, trying that, which I didn't get a chance, but I didn't know if it was that distracting or not. So
It's all going to come back to the art director.
yeah.
It's all going to come back to the art director. My feeling is, yes, it's distracting only because having done this for so many years, this is one of the things I always say, I cannot tell you how many calls they're going to get from somebody saying, is that 24 karat gold? I bought these teacups and it didn't have that stripe in it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that becomes an issue. So yeah, I would say maybe a little piece of white paper that just emulated that side there. So it didn't change anything else in the photograph, because you don't want to put a big piece of white paper. That's going to change the cup.
Right.
So, something, half-inch wide that's cut in that circular thing. And this is what happens with catalog photography and the famous drop and pop stuff, right? We go in, we bid it, we think every cup's going to be like this, and then we get one of these. So for every couple that we get like this, and we go, oh, that was quick, that was fine. And then, oh crap, now we're going to have to spend 15 minutes or 20 minutes instead of 3 minutes. So I'm always wary of making those decisions for drop and pops, because literally there are jobs out there that they'll pay you $3 or $4 a shot for this. And you think, well, gosh, that's not very much money. Well, if they have 3,500 of these things, it's a real darn nice paycheck. It's going to take you, it's going to take you and the 3 kids you hire from the university to stand next to you with, doing 4 at a pop. It's going to take you guys 2 days to do it. You're going to end up with a $14,000 or $18,000 payday. So, and if they had to pay $50 a piece for these, they couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. They had 3,500 different cups to shoot. So on a catalog, of course, isn't drop and pop. Catalog, you're going to be doing a little bit more styling and stuff with. So go with the paper.
Okay.
Go with the paper. All right. Now, are you going to shoot just cups, or do you have a little tea thing and some? Because you basically already done the assignment here. And
I was going to mention that the second part of the assignment wasn't posted yet, so I didn't.
No, it wasn't going to be posted until I looked at your stuff.
Oh, okay. Because you said last week it was going to be posted, and I thought, "Ooh, should I do 3?" And then I thought, "Well, I'll look," and then it wasn't there. So
no, it's basically I needed to see everybody's stuff. So
yeah, so I do have. Well, I have a teapot that I still have from. Remember the perfume shoot that we did? I have that teapot, and I have some accessories, so I could go ahead and do those.
That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Very good. Frank will be here later. Richard. All right, Richard, we've got it's the same treatment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then your second one is down here with the butcher block. Which one do you like better?
Depends on the illustration. I would say the first one is better for print because there isn't a lot of dark in it, and it's light, it's fluffy, it's easy to look at. It makes it look yummy, more yummy than the other one.
Actually, this would be very hard for print because it's so
subtle.
That's gonna be a little harder for print. The pressmen are going to work on that one. But it would, when it came out, it would come out beautifully. There's no doubt about that.
The other one I would use for probably a flyer or something. So just one. The lot of black makes it a bit hard, but it sets it apart nicely.
Yeah, it does, and it also makes it a little bit more modern. with the black and the seeds around. Let's go with this one. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go with
Okay.
this one. Change up the silverware a little bit. Let's look at your lighting here. Yeah.
So it's only one light in this case.
Uh-huh.
The softbox from up top, and I use this white sheet of paper as white card. It's a little bit bent, so I get enough light on the bun itself.
Okay.
And I needed another white card on the right side, because every time I didn't use that, I got a damn reflection of the leg of the tripod.
Okay.
Every time. Couldn't move the silverware so that it would not reflect something of the tripod.
Yeah. Tripods.
Yeah, I could have used the boom for the camera, but yeah. So tripod and white paper.
How big is your studio?
It's normal living room sized.
You might look into getting a camera stand.
If something fixed, you mean?
Yeah, well, it's on wheels, and they're
Okay.
really heavy. The one I had was 7 feet tall, so it would go up 7 feet, and it's got an arm on it, and it's a single pole. The arm comes out, and you put your camera on it.
Okay.
And then you can move that camera stand on the wheels to where you want it, and then you just drop you use your feet, you move the wheels out of the way, and it drops down on the rubber thing, and you can't move it. You just physically, it would take a football player to really move it. It is so heavy weighted on the bottom. And then your camera sticks out from the side about, a good 3 feet. So you can bring the camera stand in and work with your camera without kicking anything, without knocking a tripod, or without having the tripod legs reflect into glassware and things.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants them anymore. We had 5 of them at the studio, and we had to practically give them away. I mean, literally, when I say give them away, I don't mean like lower the price. We had to give them away.
Okay.
So we had a 12-foot one that probably cost about $5,000 back in the day, and we got $150 for it. So
I had the same problem getting rid of mine.
Yeah, nobody wants them anymore. It's really sad, but studio photography is becoming quite a specialty, and that's kind of sad because there's not a lot of people doing it, but it's kind of good because there's not a lot of people doing it. And as things keep going the way they're going, being a good studio shooter is going to have its place, because it's going to have a very solid niche food product, electronics, things that you really can't do that well on location, or are at the mercy of weather, wind, time of day. Because you can go out and do location shots in the morning and the afternoon, but you can't do them at 9 o'clock at night because it's dark. So might be something to think about. You should be able to get one pretty cheap. Let's go with the cutting board, and you're going to do different kinds of breads and things, or you have different accessories as well?
I would use bread and different kinds of this.
All right, very good.
So that would be actually for real, because I'm in touch with this bakery, and they are interested in these pictures.
Oh, well, let me just interject this. If the bakery's interested in the pictures, don't listen to my sorry ass. Take these versions down to the bakery and ask them which one they like.
Oh, I'll do that anyway.
Hate to say, use this black one, and you get down and the guy goes, "Oh, we hate our food on black." And I'm very serious. Take them, print them up or put them on an iPad. Go show the bakery. I'm either going to go this way or this way. What do you guys like? And
I would have done that anyway. So
huh?
I would have done that anyway. I would have gone in your way for the Project 52, and I would have taken both of those shoots and several others I have done to them directly.
Yeah, well, I'd like to hear what they say. So, yeah, sounds good.
Great.
Very good. All right. I see Carmen is here. Carmen.
I
Do
do
we
not have pictures.
Carmen?
No, sir. I just
Oh.
got in from Bar Harbor.
Oh,
And
Maine.
yes, it was I had a wedding there on Thursday. I was a guest, and then I had a layover in Dublin for 21 hours, and my luggage did not appear this morning when I arrived. So I'm eating right now, which is what you're hearing. That's why you don't see me.
Okay. Well, that
but I'm, yeah.
Yeah, that's not too good.
It's the first time I've come back and forth to the U.S. from France for 11 years, and it's missed a connection. They know where it is, but this time, and I'm like, this is the time where I stuffed everything into my luggage because I had this 21-hour layover, and I wanted my backpack to be really light, my carry-on, so that I could go into town, which I did. But I'm grateful that I did not pack my laptop. I still carried my laptop with me and my cameras, so I still have that with me. So I'm happy.
Well, good for you. I'm very upset. My wife's computer is less than 2 years old and it's fried, and it's a Mac, and I just I'm not used to having my Macs die like that. Mm-hmm. It's a MacBook Pro that I maxed out on RAM. It was an expensive little 13-inch laptop, about $1,500 laptop. It's dead. They want $780 to fix it. It's about 2 years old and it's worth about $700.
Right.
So I'm really thinking about getting her an iPad and a keyboard. Why not?
Yeah.
Just got to figure out printing. She does a lot of printing, so I have to figure out
Wi-Fi printing.
Well, I'd have to get a Wi-Fi printer then.
Ah, okay.
She loves her little printer, so we'll see. But very upsetting.
Yeah. Well, you guys have really nice stuff that I'm seeing here. I'm have to catch up.
All right, Edson.
Okay.
Hello.
All right, how are you doing?
Hi. All right, thanks.
So did you do just one version?
Yes, I did the other tests, but I didn't submit it because I didn't work on lighting on the other ones. I didn't realize I should be submitting a few options. It's my first time, so.
Let's look at this watch here, all right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got the watch on here. And remember, always put in a behind-the-scenes shot so we can see your lighting.
I didn't know where to submit that. I have it, but...
the submission button, when you upload one, you have to then, it'll upload, you go back to the page, then you have to refresh the page. Then you can upload
again. Okay.
Yeah, but you have to refresh because the button's still clicked. So it won't let you get another image. You have to refresh it. It clears the button and you can do it. So if you're putting up 5 images, you actually have, it's a bit of a pain in the butt, but for now it's what we stuck with. Hopefully I'll have the tech guy finishing all the little things that I'm having him work on, and then we'll work on getting a 5-image submission button.
Okay. Now, I was wondering as well if there was a space for comments, but now I see how everyone else does the comments. They write on the behind-the-scenes photo. Yeah. So I know for next time.
Okay. So you have a nice watch with a leather band. You looks like to me you have one light from up here.
Yeah.
Is it a softbox?
Yeah, softbox, a strip softbox. Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then I had another softbox from the right.
Over here.
And then
Okay.
And then I was playing with some white cards for some.
All right.
Filling
up. On a watch like this, on watch photography, this rim looks pretty good. Pretty little dark in here. We can fix that in Lightroom. A little bit of dark in here. That's going to be a little harder to fix. We want this part of the watch here to be nice and bright and clean looking. Okay.
So there should be no shadows in the in inside part of the watch.
Not as dark as they are. So we're going to
Okay.
kind of adjust that a little bit. We don't want this to feel like it's disappearing. The shadow's important, and like I said, this part of the ring looks pretty good here, even though it gets a little bit dark. The shadow's important because it shows the depth. And if we don't show the depth, we're not really showing the face of this watch in the way that the designer wants it to be seen, right?
Okay.
So we have to do that. We need light. We need some white card down here to light this up. We must have this part of the area lit up right down
Okay.
here.
Still, it's a bit dark. Okay.
Yeah.
I was playing with shadow and light, so I didn't know whether I should, put some like this brighter and inside the watch brighter or not. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Understood.
And the nice thing about it, the watch isn't moving, your camera isn't moving, so you could actually, put this white card in here, try one, do it over here, try one, because you may end up just grabbing that part of the highlight and pasting it over the top of this one without the highlight, or lowering the opacity on that layer.
Okay.
Building these up in layers is definitely one of the things that we have to be able to. The other thing is that white cards over here, because all of this going black here is a problem, and right in here is a problem. And then that edge right there is a little bit of a problem, but I would live with that personally as an art director. If we get rid of all the black, then it doesn't look shiny anymore. It might as well be spray painted matte white. We need the black to give us, in our brains, we now know that it's chrome. We need that black. But this area right here, we've got to have that pop up because it disappears into the shadow there. The texture here, the texture looks great. On the leather down here, that's that softbox. That's what softboxes do to leather. They just make it look fantastic. This is just really, really nice in here. Really, really strong.
Okay.
All right, very good. Very good. So you're going to shoot 3 different watches, or you're going to shoot?
Yeah, I was thinking 3 different watches in different kind of background styles.
Okay, well, let's not change the background. Let's stay with this rounded wood thing. That's going to be the cohesive thing that holds your images together, all right?
Okay. So, but I just change the point of view or the lighting of the other ones?
You could definitely, because you're not like teacups. Teacups are all the same, like Anne did. So her camera doesn't necessarily move. Your watches are going to be all a little bit different, and you must use this background. Get one coming this way, one coming this way, one coming this way. You've got to do those dynamics in here because they're watches, and you can get them to do that with the watches. With a teacup, you're pretty much stuck to that one particular area. So very good, very good.
Thanks.
You bet. All right, questions? I'm just going to put this little bug in the ear of Richard and Anne and Carmen. We're coming up on the end of this project, and what I love to do is a yearbook. I love to do it. I print them up at Blurb. Have you guys ever seen one?
Did you do it for last year? I don't recall seeing it.
Last year, by the time we got down to last year, we had like 5 people.
Oh.
We have more than 5 people. Now, if we ended up with 60 people, I'd make the book at Blurb and no one would buy it because it'd be like, $270. Then I don't care because I don't put any markup on it at all. I just run it out there for people. We make a PDF and give it away to everybody. But if someone wants a printed book, we do it. I do it for me because I have I think I've got 4 of them now. Last year was the first one we did not do. I don't want to repeat that. I want that. And that's 5 of your best images, a photograph of you, and a little short bio. So we lay that out, make a nice PDF, and then send it over to Blurb, and they make a nice book and looks good on my coffee table.
When's the deadline for that?
Well, I just want to get everybody thinking about it. It'll probably be, mid-November, so everybody has a chance to get their files together and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like to let it go farther than that. The longer I give the deadline, the fewer people participate. It's got to be like, we're kind of done the first week of October or second week of October. We got, a month to get everything in. So
okay, and then after this, then we just sign up 8 weeks at a time.
Nope, you just sign up a month at a time.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a subscription series. It's $29.
Mm-hmm.
You just you renew. The classes are going to be tripled in content. In other words, with each assignment, there'll be a Photoshop track. There may be a video track, coming down from that assignment, maybe a video track. There'll be lighting instruction and ideas coming down from it. Most of it will be mine, but if I find something online like Peter McKinnon and he's got something really good, that's going to be in there. So the classes are going to be based on weeks, not like class 1 and then we do 2 and then we do 3. They're just weekly things. So if you come in and you want to stay, it just keeps renewing. Anytime you want out, you can go out. If you want to come back in 2 months later, you can come back in. We're going to make it very, very easy for people because it's going to be more of a community approach. We're definitely getting into video in this next one. So you still have the assignment, 2 weeks to do it, review, and everything, but so much more on each page.
And you're doing that video, what you're doing now for video is a separate 8-week class.
Yeah, this one for video
right
now is it's a sort of a deep dive with a little bit of time built in because we could probably do this in 4 weeks if everybody could just slam it, but I know people can't. So after doing this for about 6 years, I get kind of an idea of how much work we can pile on people, to get it done. And even in the 8-week portrait class, it was, a lot of people, it was pretty tough.
Yeah, I remember that.
Portrait a week, and it was some people had it pretty tough. So you'll have all these different approaches going on, different things going on, and I have that in the class. But in the 8-week, we're really going to take it apart. What I want to end up with is a master plan that you can take to any client you want to work with and know that master plan is going to result in a good video for you. Will it take you 8 weeks to do it? No. It may take you 4 days to do it, but you're going to have this master plan. We're going to have the worksheets that we do. It's really unique. And Jerry is a fantastic resource. I don't know if I could do it without him, actually, because he has been he's the one that I wasn't going to do audio in it. I thought, well, audio is just another thing. And Jerry's going, no, that's yesterday's thinking. Today, there's audio solutions that are amazing that, don't cost very much. If you go into the audio world of video, y'all can spend as much money on audio equipment as you spend on cameras. Yeah, preamps and battery packs that goes on there. I think that if you get a job where you need that level of audio, hire an audio person. Bring them in. Because they're passionate about audio. They know all about, they're going to have, the microphones that we look at and go, yeah, I could buy a 5D Mark II for the price of that microphone, right? And they're going to have 4 of them because that's what they do. But the quality that Jerry got off of a clip-on mic, just right here, and we were outside where there was wind and there's trucks driving down the street over there, and nothing came through. It was absolutely crisp audio, straight into his 5D Mark II. No preamp, no any of that stuff. And when he put it in Premiere, he just did a little tweaking here and there, and it sounds as good as anything you're going to find out there. for that type of work. So that's a $120 microphone. If you can get away with a wire, you can do it for $30. That's on a like 25-foot cord. So you just plug it in, run the cord down the pants leg over to your camera, and the person can stand there. The narrative is the way to do it. So the biggest call for video out there right now is for promotional video, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. It's promotional video. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create these promotional videos for either ourselves or a client. So if you know a client that needs a promo video, here you go. They're going to wait 8 weeks for it. You know, you're going to end up with something that maybe not be a promo of yourself, something for them. And these promo videos that people are doing, 1 minute to 2 minute videos, they're getting between $2,000 and $4,000 for them. Even in not large markets. In big markets, they're getting more than that. And most of them are shot on DSLR with simple audio equipment. Little shotgun mic. I use this mic on my iPhone 6 to do my vlogging. And if you've ever watched my videos, you know how good the mic is. It's pretty darn good. It's like $80. It just plugs into my iPhone. They also have one that goes on top of your DSLR. It's a little mini Rode. So I laid out Sunday evening, I laid out a video that I'm going to do where I talk about my motorcycle. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to create a space for me to be kind of well lit and everything. I'm going to be sitting there with the motorcycle, and I'm going to do a narrative with me. I'm going to do about a 4.5 minute thing about why I like my motorcycle, why I use it for photography. That I lay down as my bass track. That's my audio, right? Everything else I do doesn't require audio because it's going to drop over the top. The B-roll stuff is going to drop over the top of my audio. That's the way these promo videos are done. It really makes a lot of sense. So my goal is to put something in your backpack of assets that helps you make more money. And this is going to be a lot of fun. It's quite involved. The classes are going to be a little bit different than they are in the other 8 weeks. When you come on the first Monday evening, there will be a bunch of stuff for you there to go through. And I'll be on there, and instead of going through it, we're going to be doing highlights of it. The following week, you will already have had that class. There'll be another class, but my participation is to review questions you had from the first one. So the classes are sort of self-contained up until we get to the part where we're starting to review the clips and review your storyboard. So it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. Going to make some movies. It's the way of the future. And do you get asked for video much?
No, I haven't. And like I said, I'm coming off of a lot of consumer work. So if there's a wedding, generally that's somebody else. And I actually have a D700, so I don't have video on my camera.
Well, let me tell you something. As far as wedding photography, wedding video, oh man, I got to tell you, if you ever get asked for wedding video, run like hell the other way.
I have people I know who do it very well, so that's
just book it like this. Yeah. Or tell them you'd be happy to, and you start at $28,500.
There we go.
Life's too short to edit video.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I've taken a video class. I enjoy it, but it takes up a lot of room on your computer.
Well,
that's for sure.
It's these like Jerry was saying, these people are freaking out over 4K. Like they're very upset that this camera is really good but doesn't do 4K. Do you know how big a 4K file is? I mean, 2 minutes of 4K is gigabytes. of information. You pull that into Premiere, and Premiere starts, arteries starts getting clogged. Now you want to cut it. Now you want to, add some other stuff. It takes big, monstrous computers. And the reality is, on the computer here, can you tell the difference? YouTube doesn't get their numbers say that honestly, 4K hasn't caught on because nobody wants to sit and watch it. Why bother with it? Slow loading and everything. 1080p looks great. 99 times out of 100, you're going to make it 1080p anyway. So why not shoot in 1080p? The 4K is great because it gives you croppability. You guys know that's why they shoot in 4K? Because you can shoot a still shot in 4K, right? It's going to go to 1080p. So you've got 4,000 pixels and you only need 1,100 of them. So you can actually pan across in the video without panning the camera. You can move. That's why they love 4K. Hey, I think there's been a lot of movies made where they weren't able to pan across the frame of film. Film guys did pretty well making great movies without that ability. I think I'm good. I think you could make a really decent video, promotional video on an iPhone. I really, really do. Or an Android phone too. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to end up with next. I don't know if I'm going to go with the iPhone 8. I probably never will go with the iPhone 10. I'll have to give up. And this is hard for me, but I'll have to give up making my emoji dance. I'll suffer through. I'll suffer through. Somehow I'll come to recognize that pain. But the iPhone 8 or the iPhone 9 or whatever comes after that, maybe, or the Galaxy, whatever the Galaxy is, because the videos coming off the Galaxies are pretty exceptional as well. So, questions?
Oh,
All right,
I have
great.
a question, Don.
Sure.
When are the webinars or the image reviews going to go up on the sites? Because I think
I stopped putting them up because nobody was looking at them, and now people want them. So I will go back, and I didn't throw them away. I mean, I got them,
okay.
but I have there was 40 videos in a row with one view, which is probably when I tested it to see it. So I will go back. I'll go and get them up.
I'm one of those people that also wants to go back. I don't always do it, but I want.
I will say that this morning I only had one person, so I didn't record it. It's just one person there. But this one, they're all automatically recorded. I got a whole folder full of them up here. So I will put them up, and I'll probably put them on a single page with that, so you can check the dates. Go down and find the dates. So,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that, and of course, as the new class starts spinning up here in October, the way we're going to do it is, how we have different pages for things. That's not going to be the case. Each weekly assignment is self-contained. You'll have the assignment. You'll have a links to research or links to videos. If it's an embedded video, it'll be right there on the page. Down here will be the images that were submitted, and below it will be the review video. So each thing will be totally self-contained. You won't have to go looking for a different page or whatever. It'll all be on the same page. I also had 2 graphic designers said that they would be really, really interested in giving out assignments. Some assignments would actually pay you if you're the one that they accept. So I really, really want to get that. I want to get that in, and on each of the, you guys will have your own page, your own video, your own stuff on it that will help market you, and more and more, Jerry and I are more and more looking at ways to get social media to be looking at Project 52 as a way to find photographers to do some social media branding stuff. So I'm going to be working really, really hard to bring some income to those of you who want it and can use it. So, questions? All right, very cool. I will say this, Anne and Carmen, I'll get them up by the end of the week or earlier. Okay, and then I'll tag you guys up on Facebook.
Okay,
and
great.
get you the link to the page.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was actually asking for Karen Green because she she sent me a note and said, "Hey, I'm seeing this. What do you see?" And I said, "Well, I'll ask this morning." So
Yeah, I'll get them up by the end of the week. I just have to a ton of folders to go through and put them up. So
Do you sleep?
Huh?
Do you sleep?
Well, I do, but I hate to. I
'Cause
love.
I'm like, I mean, the stuff you're posting all the time, and then you manage this and giving out assignments. I'm like,
I
wow.
loathe sleeping. I hate it. I fight it.
And you get this, right? It's like,
It's like
if I don't sleep, you don't want to be around me. Trust me.
it's to me, sleep is like it's so
overrated?
Huh?
Waste
Overrated?
of time.
No, it's like here we are, these bright people, and we write symphonies and we create amazing art, but 8 hours a day we have to lay comatose somewhere. It's just weird. It's just, why is that? A third of your life is spent. It's like, no, I want all those hours. But I do. I go to bed fairly early and I get up really early. So I'm generally up.
That's the best way.
Yeah. I'm generally up at 5 because between 5 and 8 o'clock I get a lot done.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wake up in the middle of the night then and write down ideas that you get, because I have to keep a notepad by my bed.
I do. I have a notepad by the bed. Yep, I do indeed. But I don't. It just depends on the night. Sometimes I wake up 3 or 4 times during the night, and sometimes I don't wake up at all. My wife has said that you can sleep through the biggest thunderstorm, and then if the baby even makes a noise in her crib, I'm up. And it's just. But thank you, Carmen. I try to get a lot done. I really do.
Yeah, I'm like, he's got to have a hidden staff somewhere. There's little minions running around, like posting in his name and commenting and researching. Because of course you have to like research the stuff and say, oh yeah, that's worthy of posting.
Right.
That's all the stuff that you got rid of. And then, I think my Project 52 people would like to hear this. Or,
You guys want to see what I'm starting on Wednesday?
oh God, go ahead.
All right, hold on.
There's more.
But wait, there's more.
Well, I have decided to devote a huge chunk of my attention towards video, YouTube, etc. And one of the neat things about Jerry was explaining to me, what I do is I put a YouTube video up and then I link to it out of Facebook. And he said, you don't want to do that. You want to put it up in Facebook. You want to put one on YouTube and one on Vimeo and one on Facebook and on Instagram, to cut it down for Instagram. So what we've done here, let's see. Here, I'm going to show one that I haven't seen, all right? Hold on, guys. Let's bring this up. And oops.
So the video class already started?
No.
Okay.
No. Video class starts in October. I've started creating the stuff for the class.
Okay.
So I'm doing every Wednesday for Facebook and YouTube a 5-minute book review. Book I'm reviewing is by. Can you see this? Scott.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so glad I bought this book.
And you're reading too. Wait a minute.
I've got it. Little
Somebody's
microphone
doing-
there. Jazz that I did. It's called How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Win Big. If you don't know who Scott Adams is, you probably know who Dilbert is. Scott Adams is the creator of Dilbert. In the book, he goes through his long succession of jobs to get finally to the point where he has a very nice life, nice comfort. So we just did a little
that Jerry?
B-roll. Have a second camera set up for a little B-roll. Essentially, the point of this book is all the different things that you can do to confuse failure. Failure is an option. I know we've always heard that failure is not an option. Oh, but it is. Failure is always an option when you try to do something. You try to go big. The bigger you go, probably the chances are you're going to fail. The main idea of Scott's book is dealing with failure, finding your ways to get from where you are to where you want to be using failure as a leverage. The 3 takeaways I got from the book was the perseverance through failure, using what you've learned to go to the next level and taking that level to the next level. It's a growing process. Failure doesn't have to mean the end. The second takeaway is being totally aware of yourself, self-awareness. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about it. Tim Ferriss talks about it. Being aware of what you want to do with your life and how you can craft those failures and those wins to get to that point. And the third takeaway is systems versus goals. I'm a systems fan. I've become a systems fan in the last couple of years. This book helps cement it. We all hear about goals. We don't hear about systems. Systems win. Systems push you forward. Goals, they can be lofty and unattainable. Systems always win. I think one of the things that really surprised me was Scott's take on affirmations. We hear a lot of affirmations. I know a lot of people talk about, self-talk and doing the affirmations. I'm not going to spoil the book for you because I want you to go get it. It's a darn good book. If you're in business, especially as a freelancer, you need to read this book. But his take on affirmations is just a little bit different than what we're used to.
Do you have an affiliate link for that?
Is that it's full of little putting it up chapters tomorrow with little meaningful moments.
No, the affiliate link so that people say buy and you can buy the book below.
Exactly. I'll do that with the each of the links. I have one for YouTube.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I'm like, we're sitting here going, oh yeah, really? Okay, I think I'll
I
go
have
buy
one
that book.
version for YouTube, one version for Facebook, and then he cut it down to 59 seconds for Instagram. Because video is huge on Instagram. So, it's 5 minutes. I call it 5-minute book review. They actually come out to about a little over 3 minutes. But I say 5-minute book review because if it's a bigger book, then I get a little long-winded. By the way, these are all one takes. I only had to do 2 times that I have to do a second take.
Oh, wow.
Shocked the hell out of me. I didn't know I could do that. Do you guys ever watch Ted Forbes?
Yeah. The Art of Photography.
He's brilliant. But even on top of it, I follow him. I watch every single one of his videos because he really knows his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really knows his stuff. But I watch every one of the videos, and sometimes I'm in awe. I'm like, man, that guy can talk. There's not an or an or a never, and it's straight takes too. You can see there's no cuts. That's really amazing. I think my ability to do it has actually been part of learning how to do it here on the webinars. 6 years of doing live webinars. So, but anyway, so this is coming up, and then on Fridays I'll be doing a live broadcast on Fridays, just short, about 10 minutes, going over 3 or 4 of the most interesting things that happened in photography the previous week. So like this one coming up, going to talk a little bit about that photo booth, the headshot booth.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got another one somewhere. I've got already two topics, but pretty interesting things that happen that will affect us, and I'm doing that live. the goal is to try to build up my YouTube channel, build up the interest in Project 52. I'm hoping that each one of you, even if you don't stay in Project 52, can find somebody who should take Project 52 and guide them into the class. So, all right.
I think I'll be a student forever. No, seriously.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I think my work has, and the kind of work that I'm getting here has certainly improved tremendously in the 2 years I've been in Project 52.
I don't,
So,
I'm not a real braggadocious kind of person, but
sure you are.
I have gotten so many emails in the past couple of years from people you probably know on here, talking about how it just, Project 52 changed their life. And that's just amazing for me to hear that.
Yeah.
To see someone like Steve Collins, who, he got fired. He got fired from a job he didn't expect to get fired from the Coast Guard, and called me up and said, what am I going to do? And Steve was one of those students who was just, when he first started Project 52 way back, he was just terrible. He was like, I would go, I'd like see the people signing on and there'd be Steve, and I'd go, oh God, what did he bring us today? But he never missed an assignment, and he just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And now he's got his own studio. He's doing well. Is he $1 million guy? No.
No, but he's working. He's working and he's doing what he loves.
They were able to take a 2-week vacation last year and not worry about it, so it wasn't, that's pretty nice, and it's just getting bigger for him. He's just picked up another client. So it's pretty exciting for me to see that. Eric and James Eisel down in Florida, when I first met Eisel, I told him, I said, if you just keep shooting half-naked girls, James, there's no future in it. None. There's nothing there. And didn't hear back from him for like a year. Well, that didn't go well. And then when I heard back from him, he had really moved towards fashion, and his book was really good because this guy was out shooting literally every day. He went out and shot, whether it was a model or the streets of West Palm Beach or a hot rod car show. He had a camera to his face every day. And now James is doing really well. And thank God the hurricane spared his studio. He said he got a little water in the street, but that was just about it. So it's just really been fun. So,
yeah.
All right, folks. Love having you here today.
Don, I've got a question. I'm a bit confused about the workflow of the week. So, for example, now what's the next webinar I should attend? Is it like Saturday? Is it the repetition of today?
No, it's every week. So you would, if this is a good time for you, you would be back here next Tuesday at this time.
Okay. Otherwise, I can do it on Saturday. Is it alternative? Or
Saturday's like a catch-all.
Okay.
People who missed, people who had something else that they had to do. We all got kids, we all got families and stuff. Saturday's like a kind of a catch-all. So yeah, you can always, and you can come anytime. We have another class tonight at 5 o'clock. If for some reason that worked for you, you're welcome there too.
Okay. Is it the same link?
No, it's different. We're
I have to register then.
In the new Project 52, we are going to be using email far more than we use it now. Far more. So you're going to sign up to the email list. You'll be on the email list. The email list will give you some information that may not have made it onto the page. A link to this week's assignment. Not a link to next week's assignment, this week's assignment. Just reminding you got this assignment last week. This is what's due this week. And links to the broadcasts, the webinars. Okay. So the challenge is to make sure everybody's getting those emails. Because sometimes people go, I don't get your emails. It's coming out of MailChimp. There's nothing I can do. We just have to now troubleshoot it with MailChimp to find out why you're not getting them. And then with that email that's going to come out every single Saturday like clockwork, you'll have what's going on the next week. And it'll be on the page. So the page you go to for assignment second week of October, you go to that assignment. On the right-hand side, there's the link to the webinar, each one of those, and the different times. Okay? So
the next assignment will be out still this week?
The next assignment will go up right now, since I've looked at you guys' work and whatever. Basically to make 3 shots, and there's a catch to it. There's a layout. Did I not mention that? There's a layout to follow. So there's already a little page made, Photoshop page, that you're going to put your pictures in. So yeah, that'll go up now, and we've just seen what you've done. The reason it didn't go up before is it didn't really make any difference. You couldn't shoot them until I chose what I wanted you to do anyway. So.
And that will be due this Sunday or the next week? Okay.
Yeah. And at the same time, the last assignment, I believe, or I'm not in the last assignment. At the same time, the assignment for 2 weeks out goes up today as well. With me?
Okay.
So next week and then 2 weeks. We generally are 2 weeks out with the assignments. So, and that will not change. In fact, as the assignments get done, they'll start just going up. There's just going to be a week date on them. So everybody will know what week we're on. Just look at the calendar, right?
Okay.
Trying to fix every little thing that's ever gone wrong with Project 52. I'm trying to fix that with this version of it, and make it so it's just much more intuitive, easier to find the information, and more powerful, so to speak, as we go through all the different iterations of it. So, all right, folks. All right. I'm glad you came about today, and I will see you next week.
All right. Thanks, Don.
Bye-bye.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Don. Bye.
Bye. Bye.